In this video, we're going to show you how to check your BaseCamp settings before you start creating a route. So for this particular exercise, make sure that your GPS is not connected to your computer. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set the options in the BaseCamp Tool Bar. This is the BaseCamp Tool Bar, which runs across here, has lots of things in it. You can right-click on the toolbar, and you can see we have a number of things here. And you want to check everything except playback information, task launcher, and area avoidances. Okay, so we've got that. And next, we want to set options in the toolbar. Our first option that we want to check is we want the activity profile to be on motorcycling. Then we want to select the map product, and this is why we didn't want the GPS attached to the computer at this point. We want you to choose your latest version of City Navigator North America, which at the moment, the latest version is 2021.1. Now, you can see there's also a global map. All copies of BaseCamp have a global map. You can't use a global map for routing. It doesn't have enough detail. And if you don't have City Navigator North America installed on your computer, then you need to use Garmin Express, and there's a procedure for downloading the latest maps to both your GPS and BaseCamp. You can use, if you have the GPS plugged into the computer, you can use the maps that are installed on the GPS through the USB interface. But unfortunately, BaseCamp runs much more slowly because it takes a lot more time to access various things in the large map database. So we don't recommend that. Alrighty, the next thing is map detail, and you want that on highest, because if you limit map detail and it doesn't show all the roads that are not shown will not be used when doing routing. And for the kinds of routes that we have in MSTA, we want to be able to use the smallest back roads. So we want detail always set on highest. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go to Edit, Options, and we want to go to Activity Profiles. And you can see there's lots of different ones. We want to select motorcycling. For route preferences, we want faster time, road type avoidances, uncheck everything. Don't have any check marks here. Feature type avoidances, same thing. Don't have anything checked. Map display features. Hit select, and there are areas, lines, and points. You want to make sure that air transportation, with all the zillions of little airports around the country, if that's unchecked, that saves a lot of clutter on the map. We'll say OK to save the changes. These changes may alter some of your older routes that were created using the motorcycle activity profile. So if in doubt, you can back up BaseCamp and all of your features by going to File, here, go to Backup, and you can choose a location to put it in. It gives you a default name. This, it's currently March 13th when I'm making this video, so it wants to name the file 2020-0313 backup. And, you hit the save button and it will back up your entire database, your library, into a file so that you can restore if you have some kind of a disaster. Another good practice is to always create a track from a route before you recalculate it. So, for instance, here, it's very easy to just select the route, right-click, say create a track from the selected route. That's all it takes to do that. And then to make it easy to see on the screen, we can make it bright green. And that's really all we have to do. So if I have to work on an older route that was made before I changed my motorcycling routing preferences, I would make a fresh track of that route before I did anything else with it. And then I would check the route against that track afterwards to make sure that it's still calculated in the correct way. So that's about it. We're all set to work on routes.